Today is a very, very special edition. I'm gonna call this is gonna be another Crafting with Kruesi. Today is a very special edition of Crafting with Kruesi. I would say it's the second special edition because we've got special guest star Smokin' Joe Masali in the house.
Hello?
A lot of you have been asking where Joe's at, and I said Joe will be back soon. We've just been waiting on a few parts because today, me and Joe are gonna build the Gray Ghost. I'm gonna let Joe tell the history of what this motorcycle is, and he's also owned it since it was brand new.
33 years.
33 years. He keeps going like, I'm gonna sell this bike. I'm like, you're not gonna sell this bike, Joe. You've had it for 33 years. Don't sell it.
I was gonna sell it until Ryan turned me on to this song, Panheads Forever. And it's a song about a guy who bonds with his motorcycle and he just can't sell it. And it's just, he has trouble starting it, but it never let him down. And this bike here, I've had it for 33 years, it never let me down. I dropped it once in the middle of the desert because I went to make a turn and it fell over and I couldn't pick it up. And I was stranded because I had no cell phone. So I went around, knocked on houses, and the fourth house I went to, guy said, I'll help you. He helped me pick it up. The crash bar saved it. Bike was fine. I rode it home and I went out the next day and bought a cell phone because I was a mile away from where I was. Other than that, I'm going to shine it while I'm talking because it's making me crazy here.
Joe's a clean freak too, so everything that Joe owns is extremely meticulously cared for. His Corvette is waxed how many times a week, Joe?
Well, once. I got it down to once now. Once every week.
Waxed, detailed, polished.
Oh yeah, inside and out, upside down.
Underneath, he got his buddy to get it on a lift so he could clean the other undercarriage, every bit of it. This bike is immaculate. This is the Gray Ghost. This was the very first Fat Boy, the very first softail that was ever produced by Harley Davidson.
Yep.
1992, right?
90.
90.
90.
It's a 90. See how much of this history I really know? I could be talking out my ass right now, but I'm going to throw some facts down. In 1990, Harley Davidson was getting their ass whooped by the Japanese market, mostly Honda, because you meet the nicest people on a Honda, and they were kicking Harley's ass, and Harley was kind of going under, so they needed to come out with something a little more new, a little more luxurious, a little more for the everyman. So they came out with this. This is a Fat Boy. It's supposed to be soft. It's supposed to be, lower for, also geared towards females because this has a lower seating position and a lower center of gravity, and it is a good handling motorcycle. They came out with this. It is gray. This was kind of a to Japan because they were getting their ass kicked by them. So what is it?
Let me back up a
Throw
minute.
the meaning of it.
When we were getting our ass kicked by Honda and Kawasaki, because I had a Kawasaki, but Willie G got together with his staff. Buddy Stubbs told me this story. So Willie G said, we're going to design a bike. The first thing they did was build the Evolution motor. Designed it, built it. It's kind of bulletproof. I've never had a problem with it, but a new motor. It didn't leak like the old shovel heads and Harley motors were known for that shit. So it was a good motor, and they built this bike around that. The motor came out in '84. In '90, they said, we're going to build this. So he came out with the Gray Ghost, the Fat Boy, but here's the story. In World War II, on December 7th, 1941, the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor and killed a lot of our American soldiers and sailors. They said, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to build a bike, and we're going to make it, the two bombs were Fat Man and Little Boy. So Willie G said, I'm going to take one name from each bomb and call this new motorcycle Fat Boy. There's been all kinds of fat Harleys, but never a Fat Boy. This was the first one. So he said, not only that, but we're going to make this bike silver and only silver, including the frame. Frame is powder coated, Everything on the bike is the same color.
It's the only color match frame Harley Davidson ever produced.
Yeah, right. So what they did is, in addition to the frame and the paint job, they said, now look, December 7th, let's put 7 yellow stripes on this bike. Now I'm going to show you. 1 right there. 2 right there. 3, 4. Come around the other side. Here is 5, 6, and 1 around the ignition switch is 7. So that represented December 7th. Now, they put solid wheels. I changed with spoke wheels, but we're going to put the solid wheels hopefully back on. The solid wheels were just like the B-29 bomber that dropped these bombs. And incidentally, they were some badass bombs. We did Nagasaki and Hiroshima, I think. Killed a lot of people with them bombs. Terrible, terrible. But we did what we had to do. In addition to the wheels, look at this emblem. That's almost the identical emblem that was on the wings of the B-29, on the back tails. That same design. Didn't say Harley in it, it said B-29, whatever. The bike resembles the bomb. Now, the Japanese, so according to Willie Buddy Stubbs, they heard about that. They found out that this bike represented that, and they gave Harley an awful lot of you-know-what. But, of course, Harley denies it. He says, screw you, it's a regular motorcycle. We call it a Fat Boy. But the real deal is the real deal. They only made 4,400 of these. And 33 years old, how many have been destroyed? How many have been customized? I seen one on a Facebook thing. It said, why would you do that to a Fat Boy? Put different fender, big wheel. Because it says, in the end, it's going to be one of the most collectible Harleys they ever made. So now, here's why I'm scared. You know, I love Kruesi, I love Ryan, I love the shop, I love everybody. But I don't know what he's going to do to my motorcycle. And he's been scaring me for the last 6 months, saying, I brought it in here. I said, Ryan, just put the wheels back to stock. I want to leave the pipe on it, put the original seat on. I'm going to take the saddlebags off. Let's make it as close to stock as we can. But I like the Thunderhead. It sounds good. So he saw Joe. He said, fine. I brought the bike in. Now he starts changing his mind. He's saying, well, I'm going to build you the baddest. And I've seen a lot of the bikes that he built. And he does a good job. So that's why I closed my eyes. I said, Ryan, do it to it. But I'm still a little nervous. And right now I'm going to start by taking these saddlebags off because
they're going to be the first thing to go.
All right.
I'm going to get Joe on some disassembly. One thing I am going to do to this bike is lower it. We're going to lower it first so it's a little easier for Joe to ride around.
Yeah, you know, that would be really good if it was lower.
We're going to slow Joe down on the riding around a little bit, but we're also going to lower it and make it a little easier for him to plant his feet and all that. And then we're going to take some stuff off, put one of our lay down license plate kits, clean up the back of it a little bit, get the bags off, maybe take the tassels off of the levers.
The tassels are coming off?
Do you like them?
I love them.
Okay, then they'll stay. They'll stay.
No, you know what?
No, they'll stay. I wish they were at least this long or not at all. If they were like beyond the law.
I don't like that long shit. That's why I cut them.
All right, these will stay.
These got to go. The gray
Yeah,
grips.
I don't like those.
No, I don't like them either.
They look too cheap for the bike.
Yep.
And we're going to fancy it up a little bit. I got a little surprise for Joe that he doesn't know is coming.
I got to find the wrench. Where the hell did I do with the wrench?
We're going to get to work.
When I first started coming here many years ago, one of the first things I noticed is not only the quality of the work that he does, but the way. Who would think to lay out a rag to put the parts on? It's the right thing to do, but that's the way this shop is. They do everything right. Now.
If it ain't right, it ain't Ryan.
Oh boy.
Right, now I gotta take the front ones. I got covers on everything here.
Yeah, you got covers on the adjusters too. Is that what these are?
Where?
I need whatever the fork these things are. Is that a cover?
No, yeah, I put
Can
that
I put a
on.
wrench on that?
Right.
Axle cover so much. As a mechanic, all these little covers are just a goddamn nightmare.
Yeah, but as a motorcycle
Accessorizer?
enthusiast, you need all that shit on there. You know it. I got more little chrome deals on this bike than.
Yeah. I'm trying to work with one of them right now just to pull the rear wheel off. It's a mother.
It's worth it though.
Well, that side's not coming loose till I get the saddlebag off, and I got to get the wheel out to get the saddlebag off.
Yeah.
If you guys go to our Patreon, you can go see all the behind the scenes and the outtake footage from this video, and most of our videos that are all shot in shops on set will always have an outtake video on our Patreon, and it helps us grow the channel and all that good stuff. And we just gave away a motorcycle on there, and we give away stuff all the time, so go check that one out for us. Thank you. We are giving away a motorcycle starting November 1st. The giveaway goes live if you go to coasttocoast.org. And I believe there's a thing that says sweepstakes. You go there, and if you donate $100 to their foundation, for every $100 you donate to the foundation, it enters you in a chance to win a 2003 100th anniversary custom-built DYNA by us. There is a build series on it called 100 Years or something like that. I'll put a link up here. Go check it out. It's one of the most beautiful bikes I think I've ever built. I'm real proud of it. And we're going to get these dudes some money and get some guys treated because it's about $10,000 per person for treatment. So try to raise a bunch of money. And also, you're going to get a discount code from us that you can use on the website anytime. You can tell your friends about it. We don't give a shit, but you unlock it for donating, and it's just a thank you from us to you for participating.
When this bike turned 20, I've had it 33 years. It's a 1990. When it was 25, it was eligible for the Arizona collector license plate.
Yeah.
So I sent for it. And as luck would have it, you know what my plate says? HMF 25. So it's 25 years where you could get the historic plate, and HMF is Harley Harley mother 25, Arizona.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
What a country.
That was beautiful. Harley mother.
We'll put a nice lay down on there.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you a story about how I found this baby. I was 53 years old. I was on vacation with my wife and my son and my daughter, and we were out in Southampton, Long Island, which is a real beautiful area on the end of the island, surrounded by water, the ocean, beautiful. And we rented a house for a week out there. And we were playing, swimming in the ocean, and the next day it rained like hell. So my wife said to my daughter, you want to go shopping in Southampton? They got all these fancy shops. My son and I said, let's go look at motorcycles. So we went, took the dog with us, Louie, dog's name was Louie. And we took him, and we went to the motorcycle store. And there was one out at the end of Long Island that I had never been to before. It was called Eastern Harley Davidson. Jesus. I pulled up in front of this motorcycle deal out on Long Island, New York, and there was this fat boy sitting in front of the store all by itself. And I had never seen anything like it. I mean, it looked like that's what a motorcycle should look like. If it, you know, so I looked at it and I couldn't get over it. And I went in and I talked to the guy, and he goes, brand new, 1990, the first fat, give me all this shit. I said, how much are they? He said, I'll give you this one for $10,200, whatever, plus tax. I said, wow, I'd like to have that one. So I went home that day, and my wife and daughter came home. I said, Carol, I've seen a motorcycle that I really want to have. She said, well, you got a motorcycle. I said, no, but I'll sell that one. That's what you had to do. You had to sell one. So a week later, I went down to the Harley dealer, Hempstead Harley Davidson on Long Island. Walked in there, and they had this motorcycle on the floor. Just got it. And I said, I want it. So I took a loan. I went to the bank, and I took a loan for $11,000. And I went that same day and told Carol Ann I bought it, but I'm getting a part-time job. And I went and I got a part-time job. At that time, it was either a waiter or I worked at a gas station, I don't remember. But I got a part-time job and took a 4-year loan and paid this off in 4 years, and I've had it ever since. I just love it. I just love this motorcycle. You know something? I've had many motorcycles, but this is the only motorcycle that I ever really felt attached to the point that really when I thought one time, a while ago, I was going to sell it. I was going to sell it because I figured I could get a lot of money for it, more than I paid for it. And I said, it's time. I had the little Sportster. Comparison, this is 650 pounds, whatever. The Sports is 400 pounds. I can throw that little Sportster around and have a lot of fun with it. This, I'm 83 years old now, but I ain't done. But this, you know, you can't hot rod it like I'd like to a little bit, but you get this thing up and you give it that gas, this is a cruiser. I could ride this sumbitch to California. That's how comfortable it is to me. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't know what it's going to feel like or look like when we get done with it, but I know I'm going to love it. And I don't think I could ever sell this motorcycle. I don't know yet. I don't know. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, as my mother used to say. Anyway, that's my whole story, and I'm sticking to it.
I can't let you go, baby. I just want to tell you that. No, no, no,
Tool from early years of my career. I've been working on lots of softails. These were really, really popular back in the day. I had so many lowering kits and softails. Had this tool and this guy. Very expensive wrench. Gotta have that for softails. Gotta have one of these spring wrenches. I don't know where I got it. I've had it for 15 years. Thank God I still have it though. I haven't used it in probably 10 years, so. This is pure sketch right here. She's just gonna blow loose on me. There's times I kind of wish I'd bring a mouth guard to work from time to time. You know, this is gonna require a mouthpiece. When Joe gets back, don't say anything about them being his or anything. He doesn't know anything. He went to go get some food. He thinks I'm just putting a lowering kit in it, and he's terrified that I'm gonna do something to it. Well, it wasn't too bad. That came out pretty easy. Hell yeah. I'll see you when you get here.
All right, later, man.
Bye.
I can't let